If one tiny creature decides that others don't matter, if one strong leader grows arrogant, if one beautiful soul forgets responsibility, then even the strongest community can fall apart. This is the story of a garden that nearly collapsed. Not because of storms, not because of drought, but because its inhabitants forgot one simple truth: we rise when we care for each other and fall when we don tea. This was the Whispering Garden, home to creatures big, small, buzzing, crawling, rooted, and winged. At its heart stood Willow, the wise old tree, calm, steady, and gentle. There was Beatrice, a hyperactive and proud worker bee, always zipping from one task to the next. Then there was Antony, a strong but slightly arrogant ant commander, leading his troops with an iron will. And floating above them all was Buzzy, a dreamy butterfly who avoided responsibility, preferring beauty to hard work. Finally, there was Grassley, a timid blade of grass, always worrying just a little too much about everything. Each of them played a part, but they hadn't yet learned to play it together. One bright morning, the first tiny problems began to grow. Beatrice zoomed from flower to flower, collecting nectar with aggressive speed. Grassley, seeing the smaller flowers drooping, called out, "Beatrice, slow down. The smaller flowers need time to recover." But Beatrice just scoffed. "Relax. I'm the hardest worker here. I deserve the best nectar." Willow, the old tree, overheard this and said gently, "Child, a heart focused only on itself soon dries out, just like an overpicked flower." Beatrice just rolled her eyes and buzzed away, not listening. Not far away, Antony was marching his line of ants, each carrying a piece of a leaf. "Make way," he shouted. "We, the ants, are the backbone of this garden. No one works harder." Buzzy the butterfly floated lazily above him. "Maybe you work too hard," Buzzy chirped. "Life is supposed to be beautiful, you know." Antony glared up at him. "Beauty is useless without contribution," he snapped back. Willow watched them both, her branches swaying softly in the breeze. "Strength means little when it becomes pride," she murmured. "And freedom means little when it becomes irresponsibility." But just like Beatrice, neither Antony nor Buzzy was ready to hear the truth. They were too focused on themselves to see the bigger picture. Soon, Grassley, ever sensitive to the world around, felt something was wrong. "Willow, the soil feels strange," he whispered. "The wind feels impatient." Willow's branches began to tremble. "A storm is coming," she announced, her voice deep and serious, stronger than any before. A wave of panic rippled through the garden. Creatures scurried for cover, but not everyone was worried. Beatrice was sure she was fast enough to escape anything. Antony believed his ant army could handle it all alone. And Buzzy, as usual, didn't take any of it seriously. Willow pleaded with them, her voice carrying across the garden. "Prepare together, or you will fall alone. Unity is your shelter." But her warning fell on deaf ears. They were about to learn their lesson the hard way. The sky turned a bruised purple. The wind began to scream, and a jagged bolt of lightning cracked the dark clouds. The storm hit the Whispering Garden with brutal force. Beatrice tried to fly, to escape the chaos, but the wind was a monster. It slammed her to the ground, her wings useless. "No," she cried, "I'm not strong enough alone." At the same time, floodwater rushed into the ant tunnels. Antony watched in horror as his colonies were washed away. "My workers," he yelled, helpless. "I can't save them all." High above, a powerful gust of wind caught Buzzy and threw him into a sharp thorn bush. He was trapped. "I should have taken life seriously," he gasped. Just as all hope seemed lost, Willow took charge. Her roots tightened their grip on the earth, her branches shaking but resolute. "Everyone, listen to me," she called out over the roar of the storm. The bee, the ant, the butterfly helped them, help one another. And then, something incredible happened. The flowers bent their stems to shield Beatrice from the wind. Grassley wrapped his thin body around Buzzy, holding him steady against the thorns. The ants, inspired by this new unity, worked together to build a dam against the floodwater. The bees flew low, helping stabilize loose petals and leaves on the plants. The storm raged on, but inside its fury, the garden was finally working as one, and together, they endured. As the first rays of morning light broke through the clouds, they revealed a garden that was wet and battered, but quiet and glowing. Beatrice, Antony, and Buzzy gathered beneath Willow's branches, humbled and changed. "I forgot that my work affects everyone. I'm sorry," Beatrice said softly. Antony looked at the ground. "I thought strength made me superior." But I see now that strength without kindness is just weakness. Buzzy, free from the thorn bush, finally understood. I thought freedom meant doing nothing, but real freedom is choosing to help. Willow smiled, a wise, gentle smile that seemed to warm the entire garden. Each of you has a gift, she told them. But alone, a gift is only a whisper. Together, it becomes a voice that can calm storms. Just then, Grassley stepped forward shyly. Even someone as small as me can make a difference, he said, a newfound confidence in his voice. Willow nodded. Especially someone like you. In the whispering garden, the storm passed, but the lesson remained. A community is not held together by the strongest, the fastest, or the most beautiful, but by those who choose to care. Because when we care for each other, we can survive anything. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to look after your own garden.